So what you guys are about to see is kind of a mess, audio-wise. It took a long time to master the audio to get it to the shiny turd it is at this moment. This is an interesting episode that was live on TV, on air. It's kind of like the beginning of the end for a lot of things in Media Glitch. And I'll go into that more in future episodes. The next episodes that are going to start to roll out are going to be very interesting episodes. But this particular episode, wow, we're coming back from a commercial break. I think there was a lot of tension. Now, I want to be clear that there's no tension between Miranda, Dustin, John, Tommy, my stage manager, a lot of the faces of Media Glitch. There's no, we are friends and family through and through, but behind the scenes, the crew that it takes to get a Media Glitch episode running, yes, there were some things going on. On this particular episode, they got the intro music wrong. I couldn't hear anything in the monitors. I didn't know if I was supposed to be dancing or not dancing. You can see the frustration in me start to build up. And you can tell when there's game footage going on, I'm actually leaving the set and I'm getting mad and I'm probably complaining and yelling at someone or something. And it wasn't my better day, I'll tell you that. A lot of what happens is after I leave, after we cut, you can see a point where I get so frustrated. I'm dancing and my hair is going all over the place. And everything's gone wrong. Everything has gone wrong at this point. And I just want it to end. I'm like, okay, fine, Miranda wins, whatever. And I'm getting upset. And then I realize that we're still on air, but it's just a beast. I'm talking about everyone has demons because I'm ready to go off. I'm talking about how much I hate live TV. You'll hear that. At one point, I seriously consider grabbing our Media Glitch podium and throwing it through that wall that you see behind us. And luckily, I think everyone knew that I was about to blow up. I hide it really well. I'll say that. After watching the footage, I was like, wow. Seeing it, I'm definitely hiding that anger. But had Dustin not probably grabbed the podium, you'll see at one point he grabs the podium. That kind of I've snapped me out of it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that wouldn't be a wise thing to do. Finally, when Dustin's segment ends, I was supposed to do 3 more segments. We were supposed to stay live on TV for almost another hour. And I just basically, you'll see me at the end. I'm like, Lintino's not coming out tonight. I can't work like this. And I leave. And that is really when everything kind of blew up. And this is, I'll explain more. We have a whole nother episode that's going to explain everything that happens after. Because once the camera cuts, that's when it gets crazy. And so if you weren't watching it live, you didn't hear it or see it. And I'm not going to put that stuff on there because there's no footage of it. To find this footage, to get this footage working was a miracle. So I say all that. Enjoy the show if you can. I'd like to know your response in the comment section below. Just let me know. Thank you.
Oh, we forgot to make the intro.
Live from your studios in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it's America's Next Indie Dub's Got Talent Survivor Edition, Miami!
Yeah, such a show don't come out. Oh, I forget the name of the show. America's Next Indie Devs Got Talent Survival Edition Miami. Thanks for being here. I know we had some hiccups during the commercial break, and I apologize. A sexy song likes a perfection, but sometimes things happen. So thank you for staying with us. How are you guys doing today? I have Dylan the villain. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You look good.
Thanks.
You've been drinking your protein shake.
No.
Lex, how are you?
About the same as last time.
You've been drinking your protein shake?
Not since last time.
Not since the last time, okay. Well, I just thought take a minute. Sexy Salt has new protein shakes out available. Go check out sexysalt.com. You can get your own protein shake. Okay. And then I
Please
shake
don't.
my protein. I shake my protein. Okay, so if you guys don't know how the sexy America's Sexy Talent works, they send us lots of games, don't they?
So many games.
So many games. They send us so many games, and we had to review them all. And so you guys get to vote which games you like and which games you don't like. And I'm sorry that the internet continues to freeze up. I'm so sorry. But, hey, such is live TV. Alex, tell us
So,
about your video game that you're gonna review.
all right, I've got a. I struggle to find nice things to say about this one. It's called
no.
Try to Survive.
Oh.
This one is, as you can see from the clip, a little janky. I feel like a Muppet with a machine gun, which would ordinarily be a selling point for me. But it wants to be Fortnite. It's kind of this last man standing sort of a game. You start out in a house, which you have to wait in for an arbitrary 30 seconds until a alarm goes off. Then you are armed with a gun, two big guns, and then
They're just trying to bring you a cup of sugar. Those are your neighbors.
So mean to your neighbors.
See, I thought that, but they killed me the round prior. So
Are these players?
I couldn't tell. I was never clear on whether they were bots or people. But all of them want you dead. And then you run out of ammo. There's no way to find more ammo. And by the way, the game does not tell you how to play it. So it took me about 6 rounds just to figure out how to equip my weapon.
The game looks beautiful. Look at the graphics and the frame rate. Delicious.
Delicious.
Oh, it looks very good. So, what's the name of your game? One more time.
It's called Try to Survive. It's by Kitty Games. It is
It's like
99
try
cents.
to survive playing this game.
Yeah, 99 cents on Steam.
Is what the sexy fellas see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dylan, I don't think we have internet. I think it cut out, and I apologize. But we will continue going. So, Dylan, tell me about your game.
So my game is Gravekeeper. It is $9.99 on Steam. It is sort of like a action RPG. The action RPG of 2019. You guys are going to love it so much. You get to kill the same 15 enemies over and over for infinity. So you just keep going, just keep killing the same 15 enemies, and then you get to the next level and you kill the same 15 enemies. Occasionally you get to kill a boss. Those die in about 2 hits. You know, you level up. Some lady gives you some loot. I guess the story is that you're trying to steal the loot from the Skeleton King, but he's too powerful no matter what. Just period. He's always better than you. He's the Skeleton King. And so every time you go and try and steal his stuff, he just kicks your butt, and you have to leave, and then you have to go and farm up and then kill 15 enemies, and then, yeah, it's $9.99.
$9.99?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I think it might be free on your mobile phone.
But you have to pay if you want to play on PC.
Yeah.
That makes no sense for me.
At least Charles had a pretty lady in it.
Okay, so this normally we vote for the game, but I have no live chat, so I don't know if I can vote.
You're gonna have to make a choice.
I'm gonna have to choose. I can't dance. I can't do nothing. I can't get them mad. That's for sure.
I vote for his game.
Holy stuff.
There's a dance.
Yeah, there you go. The thinking dance.
It's helping you work through it.
I'm trying. I wish my friends in the chat were here. The sexy soul got to make his own decision.
That's difficult, right?
Okay, I've come to a decision, and my decision is Dylan, you get to stay. Right now, Alex, you get to stay. Dylan, get out of here.
You can't do that to me.
I'm sorry, you got $9.
No, that's not what I was.
You're gonna charge me $9? No, hombre, I'll buy it on. Okay, here we go. Let's get the next guest out here.
I won.
Oh,
I know.
my goodness.
We can pit our survival horrors against each other.
Okay.
Mine's not
If you
survival
don't know, this is
horror.
how life
It's survival
TV goes.
horrible.
Okay.
Miranda's in the house. Miranda, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah. Okay, listen.
Mm.
Tell me a little bit about your game.
Right. So I have a survival horror game by the name of House of Evil 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They actually made this game twice. I believe it's a game company out of Poland, $12.99 on Steam from Indie Game Studio. The text you see along the bottom is I'm pretty sure Google translation that has been read by a text-to-speech device, including some amazing text-to-speech voice acting. You run around in this survival horror. I sped the footage up because it's really slow. You play this character who's trying to find his brother and his wife who are in this weird mansion. Weird mental stuff's happening. You learn about lockpicking. That's an awkward system. All of the controls in this whole game are basically pretty awkward. A lot of ripoffs of Resident Evil puzzles. Here's how you open one of the doors. You find a bunch of stuff. You fight some demons. The coolest part about this game is the fact that you get to perform exorcisms. You actually have this book, and in order to summon the spell to exorcise the demon in front of you, you have to type on the keyboard these words, part of the words in Latin. And then you fight off the demon.
Sexy Saw has demons of his own.
I imagine. You have a lot.
Okay.
The game does not only just have these demons, there's also, and it's kind of hard to see in this footage, me running desperately away from this really dark figure. So I'm a real lightweight when it comes to survival horrors. I have basically no tolerance for it myself. Whenever I play these games, I'm usually pretty scared. So when Paul was actually hanging out in chat while I screamed my way through it.
Aw.
It's still not technically scary a game because it's really very awkward to play. And for $12.99 on Steam, it really does feel like a cheap cash grab on a Resident Evil rip.
Yeah, it does.
That lockpicking was totally Skyrim, too.
What were we talking about? Sexy Saw, he sees himself in the monitor and he thinks, so beautiful.
I imagine you're the only one.
Okay, so I had to vote because, again, we have no live chat.
I should kill it.
So it kind of sucks. But that's the whole point of the game. And I don't want my demons to come out. So I have to think.
You gotta do the thinking dance.
Think?
Oh, now what's the hair? I have a lot of faith in that hair now.
Sexy Saw, no, give it a shit. Okay. I cut the music. Sexy Saw says Miranda wins.
What? Why?
Cut the music.
Because
Why?
it was against my game.
Because I like horror. Yeah. We all have our demons.
All right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Is that it?
That's on you, too.
Is that it? Or do we have one more?
You have one more.
No. No.
I don't know where. We're doing great tonight.
It's good to see you.
You're a little disheveled, my friend.
Sexy Saw sometimes doesn't like the live TV.
Gets you all frazzled.
Sometimes. You know, normally I'm a good guy, you know. Like, come here. I need to talk. I need
Yeah.
to talk to you.
We're talking, buddy.
You have a game today.
I do.
Okay, tell me all about it. I want to hear about
So,
Sexy Saw wants to hear about your game.
well, I actually really enjoyed this game. It's called Rotating Brave. Now, it is a roguelite with a gimmick on the Switch. Now, we're going to kind of catch the gimmick here. It's a little difficult to capture footage because the screen will rotate once you beat a level. And we're going to see that here in just a second. So every time you beat a level, you need to be ready for the screen to rotate. Now, you're going to see that the aspect ratio is going to change a little bit now that I've shown that off. But it's simple game. You're really just going through the levels, beating these things, collecting these gems. You can get to little shops and buy upgrades to make yourself go further, and the point is to try and get as far as you can. Now, the controls are fun. I actually kind of like the gimmick of rotating the screen. You will die a lot. I mean, it is a roguelite. But here, you can buy those gems, and they give you different types of bonuses that'll help you get through further. You can also find some of these shops in the middle of the levels, and you have enough of the gems, so you can buy those and do a little better. And you do a little better, you get a little further. And I want to say I played this game for a few good hours. Even though it's pretty simple, fairly repetitive, the controls were fun. And the music was good, and I enjoyed just kind of the gimmick of going through the levels. You get special abilities like that dash. And it's an interesting little game. It's by Cozen. It's on the Switch for $5. Now, because it is kind of a gimmick game, you can also get it for free as a mobile game on your phone. So check it out.
It looks very good. Oh, is the chat finally up?
Hello, chat.
I think so. I think they can vote.
We are live.
Sexy Saul wants to apologize.
You're currently voting on games you don't know.
Sexy Saul
It's not part of your game. It's
is
not none of
not
mine.
very happy at the moment, so I will declare Dustin is the winner because you guys don't know what you're voting for.
Aw.
And where am I? Over here? Here.
Do I get
I think
kicked
we're
off now?
I think we're right here, bud.
Listen, I'm sorry, Miranda. Good, thank you.
Bye.
So, I want to say good night to everyone. LinkedIn is not coming out tonight. We're going to stop this. Sexy Soul is done because the internet will cut out again. So good night. Congratulations, Dustin.
Thanks, buddy.
Sexy Soul, don't have time for this. These are games. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.